Losing weight is hard, and even with microdosing, it was tough at times for me. So in this video, I'm going to go over what I did to make the experience easier. And maybe you can take some of the things I did and make it easier for yourself. So in this video, I'll go over diet breaks, hunger management methods, the 4 main habits that I do, hand portions, and no cooking and restricting food. And the ones with the green bullets are especially useful because they carry over into maintenance and help me prevent rebounds. I think I made videos on all of these except I think hand portions, but if you want to learn how to do that or all the other stuff I go over in this video, you can check the link below. Okay, so the first thing I did that made weight loss easier for me was to take diet breaks. Losing weight for long periods of time at a moderate speed is both physically and mentally draining because I'm just eating less food. For me, longer periods means over 12 weeks. I lost weight for 8 months, so it was super long for me, and I needed to take a few diet breaks. And losing weight at a moderate speed I consider is 0.5% to 1% of my body weight per week. When I lose weight for too long and at this rate, fatigue goes up and quality of life goes down. So sleep quality gets worse, I'm low on energy, and I get a ton of brain fog. So to reduce some of the fatigue, I take diet breaks, which is intentionally not losing weight for 1 or more weeks. You could think of diet breaks like vacations for weight loss. To give an analogy, think about working at your job for months. Working for that long can be both physically and mentally draining. So to prevent burning out and quitting, we take breaks or vacations. Diet breaks work in a very similar way. These are really important for me to do because if I didn't do them, I would have suffered a lot more during the diet. And I might have quit. I still suffered, but these helped a lot. And I usually lowered my dose when I took them so I could eat more food. So for example, I lowered my dose here, and here. But yeah, I'm glad I did these because it made the weight loss process a bit easier. Okay, next are hunger management methods. These are just ways I manage hunger that don't involve my GLP-1. I do these whenever hunger comes back before shot day, and it helps prevent me from increasing my dose so frequently and risking getting more side effects. To give some examples of things I would do, it would be eating only when hungry, drinking more carbonated drinks like this Sprite Zero, and eating more bland foods because eating bland foods is unappetizing to me, and when I eat foods that are unappetizing, I get full faster. I got a few more of them, but these 3 actually help me the most and are my favorite. Also, these will help me in maintenance when I lower my dose since I'll be taking less GLP-1 and need to manage hunger in other ways. All right, next is tracking and measuring my weight and food. So when it comes to weight loss, there are a ton of habits people try to develop while losing weight. To me, the 4 most important ones and the ones I would start with would be tracking and measuring my weight and food. These are the 4 that I did when I was losing weight to help prevent plateaus, and it's what I do now in maintenance to help prevent rebounds. Tracking and measuring my weight and food is the foundation of everything I do related to weight loss and maintenance, and it's really how I address the main issues that I've experienced while microdosing, which is finding the right dose, hunger coming back, plateaus and slower weight loss, side effects, and rebounds. And being able to solve all these problems makes weight loss easier because I can find the solutions just from doing these 4 habits. And to break it down, measuring my weight is using a weighing scale. Tracking my weight is using a weight tracking app. I use Shotzi because it's GLP-1 related, but any weight tracking app can work. Measuring food would be something like weighing your food. I don't weigh my food. I use something called hand portions, which I'll talk about after this. And tracking food would commonly be counting calories and using a calorie tracking app. I don't count calories anymore, and instead I use a food journal just on the note-taking app on my phone. It's pretty convenient and I like it. And to give an example of how doing these habits help prevent plateaus and rebounds, because I measure my weight, I can see when it's slowing down, and one of the ways I speed it up is by decreasing my calorie intake. And because I know what and how much I'm eating, then I know what adjustments I need to make to speed up my weight loss. And it's how I haven't plateaued when I was losing weight. And this also applies to preventing rebounds because I can see when I'm slowly gaining weight. This has been my weekly weight change the past 3 weeks. I've been transitioning into maintenance. Ideally, this would be 0, but because of the fluctuations, it's not always possible. But this is close enough. But yeah, big fan of these 4 habits. Okay, for the next 2 slides, I want to give some context. When I decided to lose weight microdosing, I wanted to make the experience of weight loss as easy as possible. Like I heard using a GLP-1 made it really easy, and I just wanted to make it even easier. So whenever I would lose weight before I started microdosing, I would cook every single meal, meal prep, count calories, weigh my food, really every weight loss related thing. And they were all very useful and worked, but also really annoying to do. So I decided I didn't want to do that anymore and wanted to find easier alternatives. And one of the alternatives is hand portions. Hand portions, or a variation of it that I use, are just one of the ways I made it easier to measure my food instead of using a food scale. Basically what it is, I get my fist with a thumb in the inside and I compare it to servings of protein, lean protein, carbs, and veggies. And then for fats, I use my finger. You can technically see it as a way to count calories, but more so counting servings of food. It's definitely not as accurate, but it's way more convenient. Now, this is the first time I've done it while losing weight, and it actually worked out pretty great, and I'm glad I did it. Next is no cooking and restricting food. So like I said earlier, I used to cook all my meals when I was losing weight, and this time on a GLP-1, I didn't want to do any of that. I bought all my food pre-cooked from restaurants and grocery stores. Now, I have nothing against cooking. I actually really enjoy doing it. It's just I kind of wanted to challenge myself, I guess. Well, it's not really a challenge, but I just wanted to do something that made losing weight really easy. Sort of like having a personal chef. For the no restricting part, just to make it clear, I restrict calories, not food, meaning I eat less calories to get into a calorie deficit and lose weight. I just don't restrict the foods I want to eat. Before GLP-1, I always restricted food to lose weight because I can't have tasty foods. Like I can't have like sweet cookies and cakes, and I can't have burgers and fried foods because I would eat way more than I'm supposed to and stop losing weight. I actually don't enjoy doing that because I really like eating food, so having to restrict really ruined my quality of life. So being on a GLP-1 actually made it easier for me to not restrict and still lose weight. Now I still ate these foods in moderation. It's not like I ate a bunch of cookies and ice cream. It's more so because of the fact I was on a GLP-1, I felt satisfied with the moderation. And I couldn't do that without being on tirzepatide. I'll give you a real life example. So before taking a GLP-1, I could finish a dozen donuts real easily. And it would take me a dozen donuts to feel satisfied. But after GLP-1, I can feel satisfied maybe after 1 or 2 donuts. And it's the same exact type of satisfaction. And because of that, I don't have to restrict foods and I can still lose weight. If I were to split up all the foods that I ate during my weight loss, I would say 80% of it was really basic clean foods. So chicken, steak, rice, vegetables. And then 20% was all the fun foods. So the cookies, desserts, burgers, pizzas, all that stuff. And one last thing I want to mention about the restricting. Sometimes I would temporarily restrict my food, but that is only if I'm dealing with side effects. For example, after a shot day, if I eat more fatty, greasy, and processed foods, I might get more nausea and bloat. So I temporarily don't eat those foods, but then after, towards like the end of the week when my shot wears off, I eat them because I'm fine. So it's not full-on restricting, but temporarily restricting for side effects. But honestly, I always didn't follow that. Sometimes I ate those foods anyways and just dealt with the nausea. I knew the trade and I took it. And most of the time, it was worth it. But anyways, this is how I made my weight loss easier, microdosing a GLP-1. If you want to learn how to do all this, I made videos on most of them. Or you could check the link below. There's more details down there and it's free. Thanks for watching. Bye.